Hi again guys, and welcome to another speed build in particular for Forza Horizon 3, and this particular car is pretty popular, the replacement in effect for the very long-standing and very well-selling, if that's even a phrase, Lamborghini Gallardo. This is the Huracan, of course, the replacement to that car. Great looking machine, really nicely proportioned, and also kind of inspired by the Sesto Elemento, which is also coming to Horizon pretty soon. This car is one of the quickest Lambos in the game, and it's also one of the much more affordable Lambos. It doesn't have the big crazy prices of a Veneno or Centenario or anything like that. It's much more attainable, but gives you that same kind of ballistic performance, but in a package which is also more compact, which gives you the handling more of something like an Audi R8, which is a pretty nice mix to have. Now, as far as tuning, for the engine swap, I would pretty obviously recommend the 6.5 litre Aventador conversion. It's the most powerful engine in the game, of course, I would recommend it. As far as drivetrain, I would recommend keeping the all-wheel drive for all of the advantages that it gives you. Of course you want the twin turbo, and for the rest, do your thing. Change the rims, upgrade the tyres, lower the weight, increase the power, blah blah blah. As far as tuning those upgrades though, as you can see from the benchmark, the numbers are good. The acceleration isn't quite as ballistic as some of the hypercars or mega cars, but it's certainly not slow. 2.4 to 60, 4 to 100, and flat out 272 miles per hour. That's pretty impressive, especially for a car which is not as in your face as something like a Koenigsegg or a Hennessy Venom or a Veyron Supersport. It's the kind of car which certainly isn't a sleeper by any means, but it can creep up and surprise those guys in those 2, 3, 4 million credit hypercars, and sometimes really show them up. Now, as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a final drive of 3.7, then individual gears of 3.5, 2.2, 1.6, 1.25, 1.01, 0.83 and 0.68. Then for the alignment, if you're new to the channel, I like to have it very open to interpretation. You can change these if you want to, but I personally like to have everything fairly neutral for the sake of all-wheel drive handling, and basically you just don't really need it as far as I'm concerned. But as I said, if you want it or need it, you go ahead. As far as caster, we've got 1 degree for manoeuvrability in particular, anti-roll on 28 and 46, springs on 122 and 200, with the ride height basically stock. The reason why I didn't slam it is because it doesn't really improve the performance that much, and also I just like the way the car sits. So if you want to lower it, you can. I just don't really see the need to. So it's mostly for visuals if you do choose to change that. Of course it does also lower the centre of gravity, which is a benefit, but it doesn't change the car's handling that much either. As far as the dampers, we've got those on 11, 16, 5 and 7. Aero doesn't apply. And finally for the diff, as we often do, 100% on acceleration, 0 on decel, and for this particular car, a 76% favour toward the rear. So that gives you a nice mix of launch off the line and grip, but also still allows you to most definitely drift the thing around corners. So overall, if you decide to either use this tutorial or get this tune from my storefront, and you can do that by using the keywords down below of this video. Either way, I hope you find it fun, and of course, have plenty of fun beating people in races with it. But you can of course subscribe down below for more tunes, or check out the playlist at the end of this video for ones which we've already done. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.